She spent $150 million on a flying machine. Not a yacht, not a mansion, a jet. And when you understand what's actually inside it, what it cost, what it took to build, and what she had to ban passengers from doing just to keep it intact, you'll realize this isn't really a story about a plane. It's a story about what happens when one of the most brand-conscious people on Earth decides to build something that no one else on the planet can duplicate. What does $55 million worth of interior design actually look like at 51,000 feet? And what rule did a cashmere ceiling force Kim Kardashian to invent? We're going inside with 10 secrets, and one of them involves a flight so short it made headlines around the world. Let's start at the beginning. Secret number 1, the tail number that tells the whole story. Before anyone knew what was inside, the jet had a name only aviation insiders recognized. The FAA registration is N1980K, filed under a shell company called Noel Air LLC, a deliberately quiet arrangement that gives Kardashian operational control with minimal public footprint. She purchased the airframe in 2022 through that entity for a reported $95 million. The aircraft is a Gulfstream G650ER, a twin-engine, ultra-long-range business jet powered by 2 Rolls-Royce BR725 A112 engines, each producing 16,900 pounds of rated takeoff thrust. That tail number, N1980K, has since become one of the most tracked registration codes in celebrity aviation history. Flight tracking accounts monitor it in near real time. Every departure, every landing, every flight duration gets logged. The airplane was anonymous by design. It became famous anyway. Secret number 2. The machine itself is a world record holder. Strip away everything Kardashian added, and you're still left with something extraordinary. The Gulfstream G650ER holds the verified record for the farthest flight in business aviation history, a non-stop leg of 8,379 nautical miles, flown in April 2019 as a demonstration of what the airframe can do when pushed to its absolute limit. The ER designation means extended range. It can cover approximately 7,500 nautical miles on a standard mission, enough to fly non-stop from Los Angeles to Sydney or from New York to Hong Kong without a single fuel stop. Cruising speed is Mach 0.9, with a maximum of Mach 0.925, which makes it faster than any commercial airliner currently in regular passenger service. At 51,000 feet, it operates above commercial traffic and most weather systems entirely. Jeff Bezos owns 2 of them. Kim Kardashian's is the one people actually talk about.
Secret number 3, the $55 million transformation. The base aircraft cost $95 million. That's already a significant number. But what Kardashian did next is what separates Kim Air from every other G650ER flying. She contracted a complete interior overhaul, gutting the original cabin entirely, and poured an additional $55 million into rebuilding it from scratch. The designers she chose weren't aviation specialists. They were Waldo Fernandez and Tommy Clements, 2 Los Angeles-based interior architects best known for the private homes of Hollywood's most elite clientele, including Kendall Jenner and Kris Jenner's own residences. The brief wasn't executive jet. The brief was extend the SKIMS brand into the sky. Every surface, every material choice, every finish was designed to feel like a seamless extension of the same minimalist monochromatic aesthetic visible in her Calabasas home, her SKIMS runway campaigns, and her Skin KK line. The interior didn't come off an aviation catalog. It came out of a design conversation about a personal brand. Secret number 4, cashmere everywhere. Most jets offer leather. Kim Air offers cashmere, and not just on the seats. The cashmere treatment covers the headrests, the armrests, the ceiling panels, the walls, on the interior lining of every overhead baggage compartment. Light blonde wood fills the surfaces cashmere doesn't reach. The color palette is the same creme tone that runs through Kardashian's car collection, her home, and her clothing line. When she first revealed the jet on an episode of The Kardashians on Hulu, a segment critics described as an airborne MTV Cribs, she made her feelings about the interior perfectly clear. "Don't breathe," she told guests. "Don't touch a thing." That line was partially comedic. The rules that followed were not.
Secret number 5. The rules of Kim Air. Every passenger who boards N1980K operates under a strict protocol that reveals exactly how seriously this aircraft's condition is managed. Shoes are removed at the door. Every seat comes with a custom pair of SKIMS branded slippers, the same SKIMS that turned Kardashian into a billionaire. But the rule that generated the most headlines is the spray tan ban. In a conversation captured on The Kardashians, her sister Kendall Jenner mentioned she was planning to get a spray tan before their trip to Milan for the Prada fashion show. Kardashian's response was immediate. "Have you seen the cashmere seats? You cannot get your spray tan on my cashmere seats." A single transfer stain on a custom cashmere headrest isn't a cleaning problem. It requires replacement. She manages the aircraft the way a serious collector manages a museum piece. The value depends entirely on the condition remaining flawless. The rules exist because the investment demands them. Secret number 6. The layout that sleeps 10. A standard Gulfstream G650ER accommodates up to 19 passengers across 3 living areas. Kim Air was reconfigured for a different purpose entirely. The cabin was redesigned to comfortably host 10 guests with a level of sleeping accommodation that goes well beyond what most jets offer. 10 seats convert into individual sleeper positions. Toward the rear of the aircraft, 2 of those beds can join into a single king-size configuration. There are 2 full bathrooms, one forward and one aft, each finished in the same blonde wood that runs throughout the cabin. 16 panoramic oval windows, which Gulfstream markets as the largest windows in business aviation, line both sides of the fuselage, flooding the interior with natural light. The aircraft was built to be flown from Los Angeles to Tokyo non-stop, and when you spend 11 hours in the air, where you sleep matters as much as where you're going. Before we get to the secrets that generated genuine global controversy, including the flight that lasted 10 minutes and produced more carbon than an American driving coast to coast, and the year this jet flew 142 times and triggered accusations of eco-terrorism. This is exactly the kind of story we research and verify every week. If you find genuine value in sourced, specific reporting rather than recycled headlines, subscribing to Luxury Aloft is how you make sure you don't miss what's coming next. Secret number 7. The cockpit that runs like a spacecraft. The luxury of Kim Air is limited to the passenger cabin. The flight deck runs Gulfstream's proprietary PlaneView 2 avionics system, a fully integrated glass cockpit designed to reduce pilot workload while delivering situational awareness that rivals military-grade platforms. The Rolls-Royce BR725 engines are engineered to be 4 decibels quieter than the BR710 units they replaced, a reduction that benefits both the external noise footprint on the ground and the acoustic environment inside the cabin. Cruising at 516 knots, approximately 594 miles per hour, the aircraft covers the distance from Los Angeles to New York in under 4.5 hours. For Kardashian's team, who regularly manage bookings across fashion weeks in Paris, film commitments in New York, and business meetings in Los Angeles, sometimes within the same week, that kind of schedule compression isn't a luxury, it's operational infrastructure. Secret number 8, $150 million actually ranks. In June 2023, independent aviation analysts compared the estimated values of every major celebrity-owned private jet worldwide.
Kim Air ranked in the top 5 globally. It was worth more than the private jets operated by Jay-Z, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, and Richard Branson. Her closest direct competitor in the G650ER category was Jeff Bezos, whose own aircraft was valued at roughly $25 million less. That ranking matters beyond the headline. Kardashian's net worth is approximately $1.9 billion, with the majority built through SKIMS, a shapewear brand valued by investors at over $4 billion as of late 2023. The jet represents less than 10% of her liquid wealth, but the $55 million transformation represents something more specific, a deliberate decision to turn an asset into a statement, the same brand logic that runs through every other corner of her business.
Secret number 9. The year the numbers got uncomfortable. In the summer of 2022, UK marketing agency Yard published a ranking of the highest celebrity private jet carbon emitters of the year. Kardashian appeared near the top. Tracked data showed 57 documented flights, producing 4,268.5 tons of CO2, approximately 609 times what the average person generates in an entire year. Some of those flights were brief in ways that attracted immediate scrutiny. A 38-minute hop to Palm Springs, a 23-minute flight from San Diego to Camarillo, California, a distance of roughly 130 miles by road, under 2 hours by car. The backlash was loud and immediate. Critics coined the phrase eco-terrorism to describe the gap between Kardashian's public messaging around sustainability and her actual flight patterns. Then came 2023. Flight trackers documented 142 flights by N1980K that year, with 5 separate flights logged in a single day. In late 2025, Kim Air made a flight so short it lasted approximately 10 minutes in the air and released CO2 equivalent to an average American driving from coast to coast. The jet was designed to fly 7,500 nautical miles non-stop. Increasingly, it was flying distances that a car could cover in an afternoon. That contradiction became the story. Secret number 10. The debut flight that was perfectly on brand. When Kim Kardashian boarded N1980K as its owner, she didn't fly to a private island. She didn't fly to a business meeting or a film set. She flew to Milan for the Prada fashion show. It's hard to imagine a more precisely calibrated first flight for an aircraft whose entire identity had been built as a brand extension. The aircraft that had taken more than a year to complete, from a $95 million airframe to a $55 million custom interior, made its inaugural passenger voyage to one of the most photographed events in global fashion, piloted into Marco Polo territory by a woman whose business depends on being seen in exactly the right setting at exactly the right moment. The G650ER is capable of 8,379 nautical miles non-stop, the farthest a business jet has ever flown in a single continuous leg. For its debut, it flew Los Angeles to Milan. That's roughly 5,970 nautical miles. The aircraft was built for far more, but that first flight was never about range, it was about the landing. From a world record aircraft and twin Rolls-Royce engines rated at 16,900 pounds of thrust each, to cashmere ceilings, band spray chans, a $55 million interior built by home designers, and a carbon footprint that triggered a global conversation, Kim Air is a story that doesn't really fit in a single category. It's aviation engineering and brand strategy and environmental contradiction all at once. That's what makes it genuinely worth understanding rather than simply reacting to. At Luxury Aloft, we track every number, verify every claim, and find the human story that the headline misses. That's what we do every week. Subscribing is how you stay ahead of what's coming next. Tell us in the comments which detail hit hardest for you. Was it the $55 million interior that took over a year to build? The spray tan ban written into boarding protocol? Or the 10-minute flight on an aircraft engineered to reach Sydney without stopping? We'd genuinely like to know. See you up there.